You got the chat room open?
Yep.
Good evening, everybody. How's it going? Welcome to Cryptid Junkies with Carlito and Tom. Just wanted to say, hey, how's everyone doing tonight? Wanted to also make a quick announcement. We have a YouTube channel we just opened up. It's called Cryptid Kingdom with Carlito and Tom. If you'd like to go over there and just join up and subscribe and check it out.
Cryptid and Paranormal Kingdom.
Yeah, Cryptid and Paranormal Kingdom, exactly. Yeah. And just go like it, subscribe, whatever you want to do. We'll have some videos uploaded real soon. So just be patient, and we're working on it. But on the other hand, we have a special guest tonight. We have Greg Yost, a.k.a. the Squatchman. He's out of Indiana, and he's been around for a good amount of years now. He first found Bigfoot while he was camping with his dog, and he wasn't even expecting to know what it was. And he's going to tell us a little bit about that tonight. He's also going to tell us he's at his actual hotspot right now doing an investigation, and he's doing this interview from the hotspot. So I'm very excited to hear what he has to tell us between him and his guest, Tony Maples. So they're both out there in the woods tonight. They're actually boots on the ground, hanging out in the woods, looking for Bigfoot. And they have, they're seeing things. They're seeing stuff all the time. Mm-hmm. And he's going to explain a little bit about that too. So, Carlito, I'm just going to give you a quick introduction, and then we'll turn the mic over to Greg.
Okay, yeah, cool, man. Thanks, Tommy. Hey guys. Well, here we are another week, and we got a special guest today, Squatchman, Greg Yost, man. We just had a little pre-interview with him not too long ago. I'm gonna say maybe 15, 20 minutes ago, and he gave us a little brief on everything he does, and we want him to tell everybody what he does, all of you listening. So we're really glad to have him on, me and Tom. It's actually one of Tom's great friends. So we're going to have him continue and start telling us about his encounters and what he does and when he started and all that good stuff. Okay. All right, Greg. So the mic is yours, brother.
Yeah. Hey guys. Thanks for having me on the show, man. I'm honored, man. You got me on here.
It's an honor for us too, Greg.
Thank you.
A little bit about myself. I'm a 62-year-old man. I spent 10 years in the United States Navy. I got a wonderful son and daughter. My son goes by the name of Son of Squatchman, but he's not really into the scene too much now. He's got a 2-year-old baby, so he's got a lot on his plate. I live in southern Indiana. I'm from Louisville, Kentucky. And I never was into Bigfoot. Back when I was like 9 or 10, whatever, I remember on a Friday night, my dad and mom used to watch Johnny Carson every night. I mean, you only had 3 channels back then when I was a kid. 3 channels, that was it. So it was a big privilege. And we could stay up late on Friday night and watch Johnny Carson as it wasn't a school night. So he had Patterson on there, and he was showing the Patty film. My dad was in there, and he's like, look at that, a big monkey or something, whatever. I mean, it was kind of hard to swallow, now I look at it, it's awesome now, but back then, I said, hey, well, I guess there's whatever they called it, a Bigfoot, a Sasquatch, whatever it was. I figured there's just one of them out there, and no big deal. So anyway, I do 10 years in the Navy. I come home. I hook up with my wife. We have a couple of babies, and I get laid off on my job. She doesn't love me no more. She leaves me and takes my babies. So I'm stuck with my dog. So I started making the best out of a bad situation, man. When driving around to different ports and everything, trying to find my place in life, and just trying to get a grip on things. And my dog was a 125-pound chow golden retriever mix, and we'd go to the different ports, take walks. Having a great time. I love the outdoors. What better place to get your mind together than the forest? So one night, it was November of 2002, I went to Ferdinand State Park, about 60 miles from where I'm at now, located at the back of the Hoosier National Forest, which by the way now that I know is a very, very squatchy area. So anyway, I had a campfire and a fire pit there. There's a little area across a dam at the back of the park. It had a lake there. And back to the left was a big cutout on the other side of the dam, enough for like 2 or 3 campsites maybe, rural camping, and a couple fire pits and a couple picnic tables. And there was an outhouse there. And that was about it, very, very secluded, very, very dark. So I was sitting there, I've been making my wieners. I brought a couple, hot dogs, a couple beers. Nothing. I don't drink and drive, but a couple beers don't hurt me. I'm a big man, 6'6", 230. So people drink beer. So by no way I was get drunk or anything like that, just to make sure people know that. And it wasn't so long after I got there. A hunting dog comes walking up and starts playing with Buddy. Like a beagle or a blue tick hound kind of dog. Not real big or nothing, but real friendly. Buddy really liked it. And they were playing around for a while. And the strange thing before this happened, a sheriff, a deputy sheriff or something pulled up. And he talked to me for about a half an hour. And I told him, I had relatives down in Ferdinand, and he knew some of my people, and he said he came out here once a night and patrolled, and wanted to know about that dog there. And I said, well, that was mine. I don't know who that dog is. He goes, I'll tell you what, I'm going to come back in the morning and get him. That looks like a nice little hunting dog. And I'm like, hey, have at it, man. I'll be long gone, but yeah, good luck. So he took off. So I sat back down, and I swear it wasn't probably 10 or 15 minutes later. And out of the nice, quiet November night, cool, crisp. Up on top of this big hill up here, that my picnic table, is looking up at. I hear this. All these steps coming down this hill, sticks breaking, trees breaking, all out hell breaking loose, man. And he comes all the way down where the wood stop, right there where the cutout was, which is about 20 feet from my picnic table. And there was a good-sized tree up there, probably 3.5, 4 feet, in diameter. And he stopped right up there behind that tree. And I'm sitting here at the picnic table, man, freaking. I don't know what the hell's going on. Don't know what that thing was, but I couldn't process it. I'm a very intelligent man. I'm a military man. I'm a logical man. But I couldn't put a finger on what I just heard. So then he starts breathing. We're way louder than that. It's not like a bass speaker up there blasting Dooney. And I knew it was something very, very huge. Because I'm really panicking now. Because I'm almost in a mild shock to hit it. So, to make matters worse, my dog and the other dog walked 10 feet up in front of the tree, and they stopped. And they sit down, and they're both looking up in the tree. So I went from my trance, or whatever you want to call it. I mean, I was froze. I could not move. I told myself, I was in the Navy, man, and I could almost hear my chief yelling at me, like, Yost, you got an enemy behind that tree. He's about ready to put you on the farm. You better get off your ass, and you better do something quick. So I jumped up, man. My Pontiac Grand Prix 2000 was sitting right there. My pride and joy. Had a Colt 45 right in the console, right there by the seat. Pulled it out. I already had a clip in it halfway. I put it all the way in. I cocked it back, chambered one, and immediately, like I told you before, I went into warrior mode. I knew I had to man up, man. I didn't want to whip. I didn't want to run away. I didn't want to let this thing. I know I was scared. I was scared to death. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I did not show it. So I pointed my gun up there and I started talking to it. I said, I don't know who you are, what you are. I don't want no trouble. Please don't come around that tree, man. You mess with me or my dog. I got a gun here. I'm gonna unload it. I'm gonna shoot you in the head. I'm gonna shoot you in the heart. I am gonna kill you, man. So whatever you do, don't come around that tree. So I'm screaming at my dog, Buddy, and he wouldn't even look at me. I'm like, Buddy. Yeah, he's a well-minded dog, man, and he wouldn't listen to me. So I'm like, look, you got to go up there. You got to get your dog. You got to get him back to the car, and you got to get out of Dodge, man, and you got to do it now. That's what I was thinking. Because I baby stepped up there to him. The whole time, I'm right at that tree. And I'm like, hey, look, I don't want no trouble from you, dude. When you come around the tree, man, it's over. I'm going to drop you, man. Because the breathing was really intense. So the closer I got, I could really feel it. Because I finally get up to Buddy, like a sack of potatoes. I'm trying to get this big dog in my lap, leveraged up in here, holding my gun up here. I'm right-handed, man. I ain't really strong in my left hand. And I'm trying to pick this big-ass dog up and get back to my car. So I finally get back there. And the whole time, man, I didn't take my eyes off. I didn't look up. I didn't want to look at the guy's face, man. I knew it was something probably horrific. And I just stayed, looking right there at the bottom of the tree. Or if you come around, I was going to see his feet. And I'd go up, and my gun would already be there. And it'd be all over for him. So I got back to the car. I threw Buddy in it. Took off back to the dam 30 feet away. And I forgot all my stuff up on the picnic table. My cooler, my hot dogs, and my range on my cigarettes. I was shaking like a leaf on a tree. I tell everybody this. I was scared to death. And I needed a cigarette, and I needed one now. So I'm like, I don't care what this thing is. I got it right, man. I'm getting my cigarettes. And I go back up there, and I hit my brakes. And as the way back up there to the picnic table, I looked a little higher up in that tree, and I seen a big left arm hanging all around the tree. From his hand all the way up to his elbow, a 4-foot tree, and just that part of his arm was hanging all over it. And I seen black hair very, very distinctly hanging down. Nice, long, pretty hair. It was almost shining in my headlight. It was real silky looking. Mm-hmm. And I seen his hand. Big old hand, way bigger than mine, big old fingers. Looked like big cigars. And I'm like, oh my God. This thing's a monster. And again, I didn't want to look no higher, man. If he had his face hanging, I didn't want to look. I was already, man.
You didn't want to make eye contact.
And I didn't want to look at the face, man.
Yeah.
So on the way home, I come to the conclusion that I'm going to have to take it upon myself to get to the bottom of this. I'm going to have to find out what this thing was, who he is, where did he come from. I thought there was only one of them out there in California from way back there in 1967, the Roger Patterson and Gimlin film. I'm like, that's the last thing I would figure. They were in Indiana. I ain't never heard of a Bigfoot in Indiana. This is 2002. Those people before, decades before me that knew they were here. But I didn't know nothing about this. I'm not on the internet. I am now because of my son made me. He got tired of doing stuff for me. And I picked up a good following. People like me. I'm an honest man. A lot happens to me. I got a YouTube channel, The Journey, The Adventures of Squatchman, Journey Through the Truth. This is all about the truth to me. I love sharing the truth with people. I love, I really don't love, all the big, all the commercialism in Bigfoot, all the Bigfoot shows. I mean, I think it's a big money-making racket. I can honestly say I have never made a dime off, I call them the poorest people. And that's why I think I have great success in relationships with them. I'm not, I mean, I'm a poor man. If anybody needs money, I can tell you right now, I do. But it ain't about money with me. It's all about the love and the heart and the passion of it. And I see all these people on here, you know, they're writing their books, the TV shows, anything you can make a buck on. But the sad thing about it, man, at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, a lot of these people are leading people, man, down the wrong path, man. I know this for a fact because from what I know and what I experienced, I know some of this stuff ain't true. I'll give you an example. You know, one big famous guy, he's all over TV. He's all over the Bigfoot circuit. He's got a whole table full of stacks of books he writes. He's a people think a very authoritative figure on the subject. But yet, at his lecture, he would tell you if you see eye shine, you're hallucinating on drugs.
Mm-hmm.
So I bring hundreds of people have come out here and have seen eye shine, and your views and your view, you might very well see it tonight. We see it frequently out here. That's what they do. They got yellow eyes, they got red eyes, they got blue eyes, they got green eyes, they got white eyes, they got pink eyes. I have seen the whole spectrum. And then a man tells me I'm hallucinating on drugs. That's preposterous. And people, like-minded people like myself, and my good friend Tony Maples, he shares the same views and a lot of stuff I do. He knows what it's all about. It starts with your heart. If you don't have a good heart, you're not going to get nowhere with them. You can't say you got a good heart and you don't.
Right.
You can't go to Walmart and buy a big heart. You was either born with one, and you're a good, decent man, and you respect these people, and you don't try to make money on them, and you don't overuse your welcome. You know, you don't come out here every day. You know, they don't want people coming to their home every day. I really don't even go squatching anymore. All I gotta do is sit right here in this campground. They come to me. They come to Tony. They come to a lot of my friends I bring here.
Hey,
because they love me and they love people like me. And they want to have encounters with people like us. You be up here with guns, infrared cameras, night vision goggles, up here screaming, car blasting, beating on trees. You're not going to have nothing. You're not going to have nothing.
Yeah.
If you do it my way, you're going to have a night to remember the rest of your life.
Carlito, do you have a question?
Yeah. Hey, Greg.
Ask me anything, bro.
Hey, Greg. So right now where you're at, where exactly is that hot spot? Because I remember you saying that's a hot spot for Bigfoot, and you always run into him, by the way. Anyway, I was gonna say, but where is that?
Yeah, I run into him wherever I go, man. It really doesn't matter where I go. I mean, I've been to places I've never been to, and I have, and the forest has come alive, and I got a lot of witnesses to this. I mean, I just got away with them, man. I mean, I talk to them like people. I ask them to do stuff. Not too bright on y'all.
No, that's good.
That's perfect.
That's good right there.
But, thanks, Tony.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
Thank you.
where I'm from, I don't want to disclose my location.
Right.
I don't want to turn this forest into a three-ring circus.
Okay.
But I will tell you, it's in southern Indiana. It's hooked into the Hoosier National Forest chain. I mean, it all runs together. I mean, if you Google Morgan Monroe, Yellowwood, I mean, look on a big map there. It's all green. all down through the Hoosier Forest, down through Corden, down through Marino, down through English. I mean, it just goes on and on, all the way across southern Indiana. And if I told you the exact location where I'm at, I would have every time Dick and Harry coming up here.
You don't want no yahoos out there coming out there. You're right. And, it's funny you say about like with having a good heart and stuff, because when I had my experiences in my backyard in the woods, it scared the crap out of me. But after a while, I kind of came to an understanding and made peace with it. And I started gifting a little bit of food every now and like maybe some apples and every now some dead pine straw, grass straw. And last hunting season, because I bow hunt deer, I missed a deer, right, Greg? And the next day or two, I don't know if it was the next day or the second day, but the same deer I missed was dead with a snapped neck underneath a tree that I call it my gifting tree. And that's the tree that I gift apples and like leftover dead fruits that I can't eat no more. Wow. And every now and then, so they gifted me a deer because they know that I hunt deer, and I couldn't eat it because the meat was rotten by the time I got it, and I couldn't salvage it. So what I did was I dragged it 60 yards away, and the day after I dragged it out into the woods further out and covered it up, it was completely gone. There was no bones, no drag marks. It was like something threw it over its back and said, "Okay, you don't want it? I'll take it with me."
Oh man, good story, dude. Good story.
Yeah.
They like you.
I'm sure they do.
Let me tell you about gifting.
That's what a lot of people say.
A lot of people say don't feed them. Don't do this.
If they didn't like me, I'd be dead right now. So I guess that's a good thing, right?
Yeah. That's why I look at it. But as far as gifting goes, a lot of people are advised against it. Oh, you shouldn't feed them, blah, 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 blah. I got a gifting stump back here. You heard of my gifting stump.
Yep.
I mean, it's epic.
I would.
I leave donuts. I leave them fruits.
Yeah.
Chicken. And I got a cool gift. I got a circle full of black rocks with a big like a quartz rock in the middle with a black rock on top of that with a wash stick right next to it. And they know my last name, Yost. And they left that for me. And that's the first gift I ever got. I mean, you hear a lot of people saying they get gifts all the time and this and that.
You know what else they like? They like seashells as well, Greg. From the ocean. They love shells.
Like that.
Yeah.
But as far as doing that, I do it a couple times a month. I don't do it every night. I'm not feeding them. I'm not getting I mean, how much it costs to feed a Bigfoot? $1,000 a week. I can't feed myself.
Yeah.
So it's a treat, just like you give your dog a treat.
Right.
So that's all I do. But I've been doing this for years and years and years, and what it does, it builds trust in an honest relationship that you're giving them good food that they can't get otherwise. Like the favorites they like when I give them raspberry filled donuts, and they'll go to town on them, and it's funny how they get into them. I put the whole box back there, and they take their fingernail and they run it across the plastic, like a knife tear, and then they remove them one by one out of that little tear.
You know what?
I mean, they like a human would open the box up.
That's funny you said that, Greg, because when I put a plastic bag of apples from the grocery store that were rotten out onto the gifting site that I told you where the deer was, and the next day I came back and there was a small tear across the middle of the bag, like something sliced it with a nail, and every apple was taken out of that bag. And there's no way deer can do that, no way a raccoon could do that, or any other kind of animal that has, to pull it out.
You're exactly right. That's a good telltale sign of the forest people.
Yeah.
That's how they like opening things. I mean, you have the people putting peanut butter and stuff. They can unscrew a peanut butter jar. Excuse me. They're going to unscrew a peanut butter jar and scoop out all the peanut butter and put the jar back on. That's happened back here. And then, I don't even post stuff, because you post stuff like, everybody's like, What, he fingerprints on the box? Hey, who cares? I don't care if there's fingerprints on the box or not, dude.
No.
I ain't worried about footprints. I'm not worried about fingerprints. I got an ultimate goal here. And I tell you my goal, and that is a simple goal. I want to walk with Squatch. I want to talk to him. I want to break bread with him. I want to chest bump him. I want to treat the man like one of my buddies. I really want to get to know the dude. That's my goal. I ain't worried about his footprint. I know he's here. I'm worried about him coming walking out of the woods. I just told Tony a story earlier. How they got called my name, but behind my tent here a couple years ago on a camp out. Yeah, Tony was here. The guy next to me heard it. Yeah, right behind my tent.
I was here. We had an epic night that night.
Epic night, but right behind my tent. So it is 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, oh,
wow.
Hell no. We were drumming, sage burning. I mean, it was electrifying out here.
Hey, Greg.
And then I'm like, no way, man. I'm hearing things. Like, ain't no way that just happened. And then right away again. Oh my God, dude. I'm talking to myself. What should I do? Answer him or play stupid like I didn't hear him? And I was all messed up, dude. So anyway, the next morning, the guy next to me, Bob from Cincinnati, Ohio, he goes, hey man, I was getting ready to come over last night. I thought you was in trouble. And I go, what do you mean? He goes, well, I heard you say, like in a grassy rumble voice, like, get out. You know, like get out or something. I go, what about this? Did it sound like this? Yeah, that was it. I said, dude, they called out my name. Yeah, that cool. Bob in the next tent over heard that. Because, I mean, that's how smart they are. They know my name. I mean, does that sound like a big dumb ape to y'all? Like a lot of people say they are. An undiscovered, bipedal hominid, the 1,200-pound ape out here walking around they can't discover, but they can discover a little bitty titmouse, get a blood sample, get a DNA sequence on it, but they can't get a 1,200-pound undiscovered ape. I can tell you why, because they're not an ape. They're people. They got very, very special abilities to them, and they got intelligence that is man can never comprehend, and their energy is way up here, and human energy is like way down here at the bottom, and that's where I come in at. My energy's up here hovering by them. That's why I'm so good with them, because I got good, high positive energy, and I can get more up on their level. And I'm not alone. There's people like Tony. There's other people I'm friends with. Parker Duvall. They got good high energy. But regular box people that don't believe in nothing, they believe in everything on the news. They're down here hoovering above ground level with their negative low energy, and they will never have a grip of the force people, or for that matter, anything else. I mean, the idiot box.
Hey, Greg, I got a question. Greg, I got a question. Greg, I got a question, man. So how many sightings have you had, or how many encounters with Bigfoot have you had? I mean, I know you have many, but do you know exactly how many you had, or no?
Again, I don't even care, man. It's just a number.
You don't keep count anymore.
Yeah, Tony told me he's seen 20.
Wow.
That's probably give or take. I've seen over 50, give or take.
Wow.
I told Tom, man, I've seen 12 together. I've seen a whole group of them. And I had 2 guys with me, man. I mean, how many people can say they've seen 12 force people together in one little group and then all run off together? So, I mean, this is what I see, an example. I mean, me and Tony and his wife, Tony's going to get on here in a minute. We seen one yesterday, all three of us, a couple 100 feet right across the campground here. We're the only ones here. How epic is that? Yesterday. Yeah, I mean, I know Bigfoot researchers. Yeah, they spend 20, 40, 50 years out here. They never see one. They never see one. And that's a shame. Hey, well, let me tell you something, Tom and Carlito. I got to tell somebody, hey, I go fishing with Tony every Saturday for the last 5 years. Every Saturday we go out. Tony catches a whole stringer full of fish. I mean, he's ripping them up every day. The Squatchman goes home, I don't catch nothing. Every Saturday I see this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, one of these Saturdays after 5 years, I'm going to say, hey, Tony, hey, how do you catch fish like that? I want to learn how to do that. Do you see my point? I mean, if you're going out with all your fancy equipment and all your gadgets and your tree knocking and your screaming, but you never get nothing. Hey, it's time for you to change the game plan. These things don't want you to do that. That's what they do. You don't know what they mean. You don't know what them screams mean. You don't know what them tree knocks mean. That's what they do. I do what I do. I come out here and have a good time. I let them see what good-hearted, friendly humans do. Where we laugh up here, where we joke, we tell Bigfoot stories, and we get action. I mean, you can see behind me.
Yeah.
Nightfall is about on us here. I mean, we can hear tree knocks very well live coming right from behind you.
A while ago, there was light behind you. Now it's getting dark behind in them woods, man.
Yes, it is.
Damn, that's crazy. You see that?
Time for the forest people to come out and play, huh, Greg?
Yeah, I call them the night people.
We had
coming out at night. They don't like humans seeing them, man.
You know, Greg, you're the first person we've had on our show that is actually out in a hot spot in the woods as we're doing the interview.
This is a first of a lifetime on to be done on like Facebook Live of someone on a hotspot in a hotspot doing a live interview from their hotspot. So we're going to see some action tonight, Greg.
Hey, dude, well, you're a special man to me, Tom. I told you I'd do something special.
That's what I'm keeping my eye open for, Tom. See if a black silhouette goes behind them, walking behind them or something.
Like Tony just said, big part of that's got to be up to the forest people.
Yeah.
I mean, but here after a while, when it gets darker, I'll turn the camera around and I'll ask them, man. All I can do is ask them. I'll shine, I can give a holler, tree knocks. Hey, I'm going to go, hey. My buddy Tom's a good dude, man. Let him have something.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask him, man, from the bottom of my heart. And the worst could happen, nothing's going to happen. I mean, I ain't telling you I got magical powers or nothing. It's called, they like me, man. They love me. I love them. Yeah, I'm not afraid of them. I mean, those guys come up here, man. They got white lights on everywhere. They carry guns. Hey. Yeah. I mean, if you're that scared of them, man, find a new hobby.
Hey, Greg, I got a question, man. Do you know what the tree knocks mean, or do you communicate with them with tree knocks? Like, have you figured what they mean?
Do it, man, but
No?
I got it pretty well down pat what they mean.
Okay.
When you hear one, it's like you walk up to a group of them, and he's letting the other ones know that somebody's around. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I really ever heard two, and I heard three a lot. I think three might mean there's a whole group spread all out, and they're watching us. I heard them three up here around the campground, so it's nothing bad or nothing. But I think it's like, like bang, bang, bang. It might be, okay, guys, party's over. It might be the leader calling them back in to go on and move on. Kind of like, the cavalry, blowing their retreat song. But But at the end of the day, Tom and Garlito, nobody knows what they mean, dude. Yeah, it's all hearsay or speculation. So I'm not going to elaborate that, that I know exactly what they mean. But as far as one goes, I'm pretty sure, because I heard one a lot. Like when I go into an area, it's like, whack. So, I mean, I think that's a good warning shot. Like, hey, y'all, here comes somebody, watch out. Yeah, but yeah, they do that. Humans don't, man. So, a
Right,
lot of people
because
do it.
I've heard that's a form of communication for them, but nobody's actually ever deciphered like what the knocks mean. Like one knock means this, two knocks means this, whatever, or
Yeah, I mean,
or
yeah,
five
like I
repetitive
said,
knocks
it'd be
means something else.
impossible.
Right.
And unless she was a hybrid, a lot of people will say I'm a hybrid. They say I'm 50% man, 50% Squatch. I mean, I've been told this by a lot of people. I mean, look at my son. And nobody in our family had more bigger than 13 feet. My son's got a 17. I mean, I ain't saying any way, shape, or form, but it's just funny how, I'm so good with the forest people. And other people don't have this kind of success. My friend Tony does. I mean, I got a whole list of friends who do. I'm talking about the overall picture. I just don't see it coming from people. They don't like talking about the stuff they can do. They call me people, like I'm a woo person or something, like I'm nuts or crazy. No, not at all. I'm one of the most intelligent men you will ever meet. And all I'm doing is getting the truth out. As crazy and strange it may be, it's the truth. And until we get a solid answer of who they are, what they are, where they come from, I believe they come from another planet. I believe they're godly creatures, just like us. I got one on tape right over here behind my tent saying Yahweh, another name for God. Where these big apes come up with Yahweh. So, yeah, they're godly people. I'm a religious man. If you read the Bible, it says God built 7 mansions, meaning heavens, one for us, the humans, his most sacred creations. But who are the other 6 mansions for? Have you ever asked yourself that? One of them's probably for the divorced people. One of them's for another. I mean, there's so much going on that people don't know about. I mean, you hear about this, you hear about that. You hear about Dog Man, you hear about Goat Man, you hear about Wolf Man. I mean, you hear about Mothman. I mean, there's so much going on out there, but I ain't worried about none of that. I'm worried about the forest people, and I told you my ultimate goal. And like y'all just said, I mean, I'm doing this right from my hot spot because I really dig Tom, man. He has always respected me, and he has never went against me or none of my posts or anything, any way, shape, or form. And this is a long-lasting. I'm talking years and years. He's one of my first friends.
Yep.
And you got a beautiful family, and you're a beautiful soul, and a beautiful man with a beautiful heart. And that's why I'm doing this for you.
Thank you.
I get asked all the time to do TV or radio shows and everything. I'll be honest with you, dude. I really don't like it. I don't want to be out in the limelight. I don't want to be nobody. I'm just doing this, man, because I love it. A man goes fishing because he loves it. A man goes golfing because he loves it. A man goes plays basketball because he loves it. I do this because I love it. I'm not a researcher. I'm not a cryptozoologist. I'm not an expert, dude. I'm just a man who loves it. This is my hobby, man. This is my passion. I'm just sharing, man, my story with people because I'm sick of the BS, dude. The same BS getting flung around year after year after year. I knew there was something different to it, man, and I found the difference. And now I'm out here experiencing the difference because I've opened up my heart and soul to them. I have went in here with a different point of view. Yeah, I mean, this has pushed my mind to the brinks at times. I have been pushed to the outer limits. So, but you got to always come back for more. I mean, most people, if they heard them calling your name out in the middle of the night behind your tent, dude, they would probably never step in the woods again. Would you? It scared the shit out of me, man, and I'll never forget that night. And there's been more nights like that. Me and my brother were out here. Another quick story, and I'm going to let Tony come on real quick. I got to use the little boys' room. But I'll tell you a little story. My brother's a skeptic. He knows he's not there. He don't believe me. He's not calling me a liar. I mean, but like he tells me all the time, I want to see something big and hairy. Hey, cool, dude. Well, I said, I can respect your wishes. I go, but lose the negativity, dude. I go, you always telling people you're on the fence. I go, you want to see something you don't even believe is real. Yeah. I go, you got to open your mind up, dude. I love my brother to death, man. He's a great religious man. I love him to death. So we was out here one night. I had to work the next day. And he begged me to come out here. He was doing it. He calls it a solo. He was camping right here by himself. So we're sitting here by the campfire, and we hear a couple tree knocks over this way, over this way. So his eyes are getting all lit up, and I'm like, they're out there, bro. And then we hear a, and he's like, what the hell was that? And I'm like, you just heard it right there. What animal makes that kind of noise? He goes, ain't no animal makes that kind of noise. So we got a couple more grunts and growls of footprints walking. We're getting crazy, man. So about 10:30, I'm like, well, dude, I got to go, man. I got to get up at 5 o'clock. I got to be at work at 6. Oh, don't go, man. Stay out here, man. Don't go. I go, dude, you don't even believe in it, man. Don't be scared. I go, you'll be all right. So as I take off and I go back home, man. I tell you where I live. I live in New Albany. New Albany, Indiana. It's right across from Louisville, Kentucky, right on the Ohio River. So I drive all the way home. And about 1:30, I get a phone call. He's freaking out. He goes, Greg, I got my brights on. I'm bugging out. I'm out of here. I go, dude, what happened? And he goes, I went into my tent. I got my power going out. A big black, huge object just walked between my tent and the fire, leaving a big, huge shadow on my tent. And then I heard it sounded like Babe Ruth 5 feet behind my tent with a massive tree knock. He goes, I'm out of here. So I'm like, dude, but you don't believe in him. And and still to this day, he would tell you the same thing. Well, I'm on the fence. See what I mean, dude? He got scared out of the forest, but he does not want to believe in it. Okay, speaking of Bigfoots, Mr. Maples is going to step on.
I got one quick question, Greg. Are you still doing your YouTube channel? Chasing the truth.
Yeah. The Adventures of Squatchman, Journey to the Truth. Squatchman TV. And I'm getting ready to add another show called Tales from the Campfire, hosted by Greg Yost.
Okay.
The host with the most.
Awesome.
And, you like that? But it's going to be the new show. And I'm going to have people coming out here like how we are now, as you can see right now. I mean, we're right here, live action. We got a campfire right there. So I'm right behind the campfire, and we're going to have a show out here called Tales from the Campfire. And I named it after one of my favorite shows, Tales from the Crypt. Y'all remember that?
Yep.
Yeah, the little skeleton dude. Yeah, that was a really good show, okay? HBO, I believe.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're going to do that. And I'm going to have people like Tony on. I'm going to have people that have had experiences out here on. I mean, I had 2 ladies out here 3 months ago, and they got dummy charged back here by the gifting stump. I mean, they had one come up out of the woods. They described him as an 8-10 footer, come right up on him. She fell over a log back there. He was standing there right there with them. And another girl was over there on the trail watching the whole thing. We're going to have them girls out here. Just everything happens out here.
Hey, Tom.
I'm going to get into that story when I come back about them 2 women.
I'll be right back. I got to go to the restroom.
Okay.
And I got story after story after story. I got to tell you about, what's happened here, what's happened there. It all comes from here, dude. So I'm going to let Tony come on.
Yeah, let's hear from Tony. Let's see what he has to say. All right.
I got to go over there and use the bathroom. I'll be right back, Jay.
All right.
Thanks, Tony.
All right.
What's going on, Tony?
Oh, not much. Same old.
Welcome to the live stream show, man. You're live in the hot spot with Tony Maples.
Hey, good. Well, I reckon you probably want to know how I got started.
How'd you get started?
Well, of course, everybody knows about the Gimlin film.
Yeah.
I've seen that as a kid, but it was in the early 90s. I lived on a mountain, and this mountain had plenty of valleys and ridges, and on the other side of this mountain was a road that was normally traveled. It's years old. But I'm sitting in my living room. My chair is 7 feet, my chair is like 3 feet from the door, 3 or 4 feet from the door, and I got my door wide open. And I'm sitting there with my wife, and it's getting close to dark. And this huge, it had to have been 9 foot tall, Sasquatch walked across my door and looked dead in, just turning his shoulder and looking dead into my eyes like he was looking into my soul. And man, I was so petrified. And me and the wife both looked at each other at the same time and said, "Did you see that?" And she told me to get up and shut the door. And I won't use the words I said, but I told her I wasn't shutting that door. Let it get down the road, because it walked fast. And you couldn't hear it walking neither. I never one time heard this. But the strange thing is, before that, I had an orchard on my property. I had apple trees, I had grapes, I had peaches, even grew a small garden. But I wound up having all my fruits disappear. I mean, in a matter of a week. And now I want you to know, nobody comes up there, and this is on a dead-end street. Nobody came up that way. Nobody took all the apples. Even took the ones on the ground. Because I used to have to pick them up before I'd mowed, so it wouldn't shoot all over the place. And, but I come in, I asked the wife, I said, "Well, who got all these apples?" I said, "The kids clean them up?" She said, "No." And I never thought nothing about it. I had this grapevine growing behind my house. And I was ready to pick the grapes at this time. And I go back there and all the grapes are gone. And this is back by my bedroom window. And I got this big, I always felt like I was being watched back there anyway. Mm-hmm. I heard about Bigfoot. I never believed about Bigfoot till I seen that one walk across the door. But I got to looking, and behind this grapevine, because it was almost like a shield, a blind for it, mm-hmm. There was a real out spot where one had sat back there and literally just ate every one of them grapes off that vine.
So they done ate all your grapes.
Yes, they ate every one of my grapes. I was so mad. And I didn't think Bigfoot at the time, But I've got to tell you this story. Before the Bigfoot walked across my door, I got permission to hunt on some property, some land that was probably 100 yards from my house. And it took forever for me to get on this property. And he didn't want me to deer hunt it, but he allowed me to squirrel hunt it. But I started hunting this woods, and it runs all the way straight down to an interstate. And actually, there's a place where animals can cross under the interstate there. So it kind of made sense to me to realize that was a highway for animals, maybe even Bigfoot, you know. But well, I'm going through these woods, and I'm squirrel hunting, and I notice a pond. And this pond is a secluded pond back in the woods, hardly getting any sunlight. I mean, I could see the bluegills in there had little black spots on them from, you know, I don't know if you ever seen a bluegill when they don't get a lot of light and they get these spots on them and stuff. But I got to looking, there was only one entrance, but this pond surrounded by sticker bushes. I mean, big, tall sticker bushes. And there was only one opening, and it looked like something had made it. I look down in there, and I see a little kid's feet print. And I'm like, wait a minute. Why would a little kid be down here in this pond in the middle of nowheres in the woods, barefooted, with sticker bushes? I mean, you could even see the stickers in the mud, you know, around this. I wouldn't have done it. I would have took my shoes off within 10 feet of this spot, you know. And then it didn't really dawn on me then. And then 2 weeks after I had my sighting, there was a report down on the road that a woman seen a big hairy creature. And it actually made the Banner Gazette in New Albany. Actually made it on the paper. She called the police and everything on that. But over the direction that Bigfoot left from my house, over that ridge, is where that road is.
Wow.
So, was there two people crazy at the time? I didn't report it. I reported it to BFRO. Back then, you didn't have Facebook and all this live stuff.
No.
Back then, all we had was chat rooms. I was in a few Bigfoot chat rooms after that. I mean, I was interested in Bigfoot. I used to watch Leonard Nimoy and all that stuff. You know, I was interested, but I never thought I was seeing one in Indiana. That's what, you know, that was the major thing for me. And, but all in all, you know, like my kids, they would go down at the beginning of the road because there was a couple of houses up there, the beginning of my street, and they'd go up there and play basketball. Well, all the kids was staying over at my house. There's probably 6 of them, my nephews and stuff, and my son. Well, they come running back to the house. And this is before we even had the Bigfoot come across that door. But they come back to the house scared to death, and I said, well, what's going on? They said, we just heard something scream down there in the woods. It sounded like Chewbacca, real loud.
Oh, wow.
And I said, no way, man. I said, yeah, you know, like I'm telling you, I never seen this Bigfoot yet. Well, my nephew, you know, I just tell them, you know, it's getting late. It's almost dark. So just stay home, you know. They were young. Well, my nephew comes over about 2 weeks later, and he said, well, how'd you get in the house so fast? He said, I just seen you by the van. I said, I seen you by the passenger door. And he said, when I pulled up the driveway. He said, as soon as I got in the driveway, you ran into the woods. How'd you get in the house so fast? Now that right there spooked me out.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't outside, you know, and I still wasn't thinking Bigfoot, Sasquatch, you know, nothing. Well, then when I walked across that door, it was total shock for me. But, you know, the thing about it is, my grandmother just died. And, well, I was pretty upset about it. And I'd go down in this little patch of woods behind my house and just sit there and clear my mind. And I don't know if they see me down there crying or whatever, but I kind of felt like that was their way of getting my mind off of my grandmother. Now that I look back, because it did. Because I was upset about it for a long time. But the funny thing about it is when that happened, I wouldn't go outside for, I would say, at least 3 or 4 months without a gun and a flashlight after dark. I mean, that's how petrified I was. Now I'm not so petrified, you know. It still startles me when stuff happens, but I don't, you know, just like yesterday when we seen the one we seen yesterday, I wasn't startled. I was happy inside. I'm like, hey, man, I get to see another one. You know, we're sitting here, and I mean, and this is twice it's happened to me, looking through channels of trees. These trees around here are huge. And you can look through some spots and see the outskirts of the woods and stuff. And the first camp out I ever come out to visit Greg and getting his camp out, I got here on a Thursday, and I was the first one here, and everybody was to show up Friday. We was the only people here, me and my wife. And I go, and I get the tent set up. Back then I was tent camp, and now I got a little pop-up I use. But, well, I got the tent set up, and I needed something out of the truck, and I walk around the corner of the truck, and I look over, and I see the swing set swinging. And I want you to know there's nobody here. Nobody here at this park at all. Nobody. You can't pull in up here without me seeing it, where I was at. Nobody ever pulled in, nothing. And I get to looking, and I look through this channel of trees, all these trees standing up, I see one. And he's standing back there with his arm on a tree, looking and watching this swing. And I say, honey, come over and check this out. I said, here's one right here. And finally she, you know, I start pointing, she's where? And then finally I pointed out. And when she sees it, she says, I see it. It turned and looked through that channel of trees and seen us watching it and realized he got nabbed. So he slowly backed off into the woods. I mean, slowly. And that was pretty exciting for us.
Hey, Tom, I'm sorry to interrupt. There's a couple of questions. You want to go ahead and ask them, buddy, real quick?
Yeah.
I've seen a couple questions
I think,
before they, yeah. I know Eric had one. I've seen it. That's
I'm going back. Have you guys ever ran across anything else out there besides Bigfoot while you're doing in your hotspot, Tony?
I haven't. This is Greg's hotspot. Here, Greg, you get in here too, man. We both get in here, man.
Yeah, I got a picture of a dog man out here I got. You seen that picture, Tom?
I believe so. What about Curious George?
Yeah, I got Curious George. I got quite a few pictures of them. I'll tell you what, I'll send them to you, man. Like tomorrow or something. How's that?
You send them me. I'll post them in the group if that's okay with you. I'll be glad to. It'll be an honor.
Yeah, you can put them in the group.
Awesome.
Yeah, but there's more out here than Bigfoots and I mean, like me and Tony were just talking about. We're not really too big in the dog man. I mean, that guy just come around, man. You know, recently. If anything, man, you know, it might be some kind of wolf man. You know, Wolfman's been around forever, man. Ever since
for a long time.
I can remember, you know, the myths, the folklore, the legends. I mean, that's all. Yeah, and then Dogman just pops up, you know, like boom, here's Dogman.
Yeah.
And me and Tony just think it's another type of forest people, man, with a different wrapper on. You know, he looks a little different than
just like me and you know, you might have a mustache, I got a beard, you know, or whatever, you know.
Right.
Yeah, just like people.
My nose is bigger than yours.
Yeah, we all look different.
Hey guys, I got another question from Marvin Allen. It says, so do you think that they can stay in one area if it's a good food source and lots of water?
Oh yeah, the ones out here, they're out here, 365 every year. They don't go nowhere.
They're also professionals. You gotta think they're the first hunters and gatherers.
Yeah.
They know more about. They know where that stuff's at.
Yeah.
They know by the seasons. They go by they use the sun. They use the moon. They use all that stuff. They know more about them than we do.
Yeah, they know how to survive too. Cold weather doesn't faze them. Heat doesn't faze them. They're the ancient ones, man.
So do y'all think they migrate or just stay in one spot? Like, You know what I mean? Like
people say they migrate, but I don't buy into that.
I think they got a birth spot. I think they'll use a certain birth spot, but as far as moving, if they're moving, they're going to see other family members probably.
right.
Yeah, as far as moving,
You know what I mean? Like during the winter, do they move? Do they migrate somewhere else? You know what I mean? And then come back in springtime. You know what I mean? Kind of like bears.
Well, like I said earlier, they follow the food.
Okay.
You know, if you can find a fresh berry, you're going to go where the fresh berry's at.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if the deer are good hunting in one area, you're going to go there.
Yeah, you know, I can't speak for other Bigfoots, but the ones out here, I mean, they never leave here. I mean, I go camping here all the time. I'm an all-weather camper, dead of winter. I'll be out here below zero. I'll be out here when it's 100 degrees.
It's 20 degrees Thursday night, and I've been out there.
And it don't matter, man, how cold it is, how hot it is. The forest people, this is their home. This is where they live. And the ones out here, they don't go nowhere.
Wow. So they would be like us, like human beings, like, you know, the people that live in the cold, like in China and Russia, they're used to it, so they don't move anywhere. And the people, you know, that are used to the hot weather, like in Africa, Texas, you know, stuff like that, they don't move. They don't move anywhere.
You adapt to your environment.
You adapt. There you go. Yeah.
I mean, you heard of Russia, you know, they got the Russian Yetis, whatever. Yeah, they live up there in them snow mountains. So who can survive up there? But they say they're up there. So I mean, basically, they've been reported in every state. Because like one group's moving around from state to state. Yeah, it tells you how many thousands of them are here.
Hey, I got another.
A lot more than people would think.
I got another really good question, man, from our good buddy Marvin Allen. He says, "How long do the female Bigfoot carry their young before giving birth? You know, like their gestation period."
That's something I would know.
No idea.
That's something I would know.
Yeah, but I do got something I want to add though. I got a picture that I'm going to send Tom of a mama and a baby in a cave.
Yep.
Oh, at the cave mama.
Yeah.
And I got zapped that day, and it's a little bitty blue face, looks like a little monkey, and it's got red eyes.
Wow.
That's the catch I got.
Tom was telling me about that, a baby Sasquatch picture, right?
Yeah, I got the baby.
I've been to that spot where he's talking about.
So 6 months later, almost 7 months to the day that I got that picture, it was in March. Because I got that July 4th weekend. So July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February. 8 months later, when I found that baby, I got me a baby footprint in the creek close to that cave. So that tells me a human kid, it takes a year longer to walk. But I think a Squatch baby is up and walking in 8 months. I mean, if that tells you anything. But as far as a female carrying, I have no idea, dude. And nobody can answer that question.
I would almost bet they're up and climbing and everything about 6 months.
Yeah, at least 6 months. But it might be full time like a human woman. I mean, they are godly people. And look at the offspring they're producing. And they grow up to be very, very big sized people. So
right.
So yeah, it might be a full term 9 months. Like Tony said, it might be 8 months, 6 months. Yeah, who knows, man? But that's a good question. But there are a lot of questions that are unanswerable.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why there's no experts, because who would know that?
Right. But we're you know, I guess people are just asking because they know that y'all been around Bigfoot for quite a long time, and maybe y'all would know the answers to these questions. Actually, I have another question that's very similar to that. It says, do you think they are having their babies this time of year, like around this time of year? Are they giving birth to their babies, maybe, or would y'all?
I think it's
all
year long.
Yeah, just like humans, whenever they conceive.
Wow.
I mean, again, I don't know when their mating season is. Yeah, like I said, they're people, they're not animals. So I'm not going to use the term mating season. So, I mean, I think they're family units. The same guy, the same lady, and then they have families just like humans. They have boys, they have girls. Yeah, they're little feet and they grow into big feet. They do it just like we do. So, I mean, it's all up to that individual family how many siblings they want to produce. But I don't think it's any specific month or, I mean, you would think the spring would be a good time to have one, warm weather, the baby wouldn't get cold, whatever. But I don't think it really matters to them, like Tony said.
They're so secluded anyway that, you know, they're gonna do when they got time.
Yeah, and they're gonna find a way to survive. I mean, if the baby's born in January, it's gonna be all right.
It's what they're used to. They're used to the weather, the elements.
I got a question for you.
Don't matter.
I got a question, guys. It's from Craig. He wants to know: is it more likely are they nomadic and move where food is than gather and wait out the weather? What's your take on? What do you see how the rhythms are on that?
I think
They're opportunists.
Yeah.
I think there's a couple of ones that travel around. They call them rogues. Yeah, that they're bad boys or whatever, and their family or their people call a clan. Yeah, I like calling it a group, but their group don't like them, man, and they kick them out of the group. So I call them guys wanderers. That might have been one that come down on me in Ferdinand. Yeah, I heard them guys like to be big bullies and brutes. Yeah, they wander around, they travel. But yeah, this is just my own theory.
Hey, Greg.
But I think most of them stick in families.
Greg, I have a question that just came to my mind. What you were talking about. Do you think that within a Bigfoot community, there exists bullies within them?
Yeah,
just like humans. Look at the human aspect of them. They're physically like us. They're just hairy.
Really?
You ever see pictures of trees stuck in the ground?
Yeah,
like big, large trees upside down stuck in the ground. Well, I think that's kind of, I call that Squatch Olympics. Yeah, I think that's the big boys out there. Yeah, showing each other who's the strongest.
Seeing who the
who can do what. I mean, they live out here. This is their life. This is their kitchen. This is their bathroom. This is their living room. This is their entertainment.
They play just like
and they're big people and they like doing. I mean, I've seen them push trees down.
I just can't see.
Over. So
I just can't see.
I think they're very competitive. Yeah, I believe people say that one runs across the car at night, on a dark, secluded road. I think there's a whole group of them up there. They're playing games, just like we did when we were teenagers.
Right.
The cars, stuff like that, having fun. Okay, here comes the car. It's your turn. Yeah, there he goes, running across the road. I mean, there's no other rhyme or reason for that. Everybody says they want to be, secluded, they don't want to be seen. No, they're tricksters, man. They like having fun, and they like messing with humans.
Right.
Nothing more, nothing less.
That's what the rock throwing's all about.
Yeah. Rock thing, same thing.
They're just playing with you. Unless you get hit in the head, it might be a warning.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I got another question, man. Somebody wants to know: Do they stay with their mate for life?
Yeah, I don't know that answer neither.
I wouldn't know it, but I would think they would.
You think they would?
I mean, I believe they're a family unit.
They mourn death just like we do.
I mean, I was like,
fashion.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we're not talking a wild animal. We're not going around, doing this guy, doing this. I think they stick with the same mate, man, and they have families. I mean, I know other people, other researchers that I'm close with. That they have names and everything for the families.
Yeah.
This is his brother. This is his sister. They write their names down for them. I mean, I never tried this or nothing, but I mean, it makes good sense, man. Yeah, I mean, it's a godly family unit, man. It's the way God wants it. He
Tom,
wants one man and one
ask?
woman to get together and raise children in the name of God. So I don't think their race would be any different than ours.
Let's show how dark it is out here.
I got one more question real quick. It's from Tracy. She wants to know, do you believe the people who claim to have been raised alongside the Bigfoot? The one lady says, they taught her to braid hair, which I believe Janice Carter's story with her when she grew up with Fox, the Bigfoot that her grandfather was friends with. So what's y'all take on that?
I'm not going to say anything.
I'm not going to speculate, but I really can't see it happening, man.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some people.
I'm not going to say it ain't true. It'd be like saying, all the stuff I've said today, you don't have to believe me if you don't want to. So,
yeah.
But I don't know. Me and you both, I don't see them keeping you like a family member.
Yeah, I mean, I look at them like this. I mean, the way me and Tony sees them all the time and the way we have great stuff with them. I mean, wouldn't you think they want to come up and hang out with us? It just ain't happening right now. I mean, I ain't saying it won't happen, but I got
another good question.
Into their clan and live, break bread with them, sleep with them, eat with them. I don't know, man. I'd have to see it, man.
They don't want you to know where they were.
Yeah, they don't want humans to know that about them.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I got another good question from Daily Hunter. She says, Greg, do you have a lot of caves in your area? And if so, then I bet they travel around underground.
Yeah, we got a lot of caves here in southern Indiana. A whole network of them.
Wyandotte, Marengo.
I've heard of that.
Squire Boo.
Yeah, we've got.
And plus all the ones that are unmarked.
Actually, underneath us is probably a cave system.
Yeah, so. I mean, I'm not going to say that they go in caves or live in caves, but it's a good option for them. But the thing about these people, they don't really travel during the day, man. They're people of the night. From sundown to sun up. This is when you're going to find them out here.
I think that's where they mainly hang out or hide out, actually.
So, they go down in the deep ravines, places humans can't get to.
They like ridges.
Ridges
because you can't climb and get to them quick enough.
They hang around.
They can see you for miles.
Yeah, they hang around. We're going to lounge around all day, eat, whatever. As soon as it gets dark, man, game on. But I mean, they might go in caves and stuff, man, when it's real cold out or a blizzard or if it's pouring down rain or something. I mean, who knows? I mean, I've never seen one in a cave. And other than the mama that had that baby, they might go there and have babies.
Well, that looked like they dug that out.
Yeah, that was like a dugout.
They dug that out of root.
Yeah,
that was a tree that was there.
Yeah, that wasn't a cave, but I just called it a cave. Yeah, it wasn't a cave.
They dug that out just specifically for that purpose of her having that baby.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they don't,
That's a good one.
She was vulnerable. Nobody's going to walk the creeks, and most people don't walk through the creeks.
Yeah, she was vulnerable, man. I got too close to the baby.
Hey, Greg and Tony. Hey, I got a really good question from Craig Anzel. He says, what are y'all's thoughts on the Oklahoma bounty of producing a unharmed Bigfoot?
Yeah, ain't no thoughts on it. It's too ridiculous.
That's just the most idiotic thing I've ever heard.
Putting bounties out on Bigfoots? That's crazy.
People, Bigfoot's not going to let people see them, dude. If you're out hunting them,
they know you got it.
Especially, I mean, you see that show Before Killing Bigfoot?
Mm-hmm.
They had all these top expert hunters out there. I mean, that show was laughable. It was so funny.
Number one, you can't get within a 100-foot radius around them anyway unless they want you to.
Exactly.
And another point I'd like to bring up to you in reference to that question, this is something a lot of people don't think of, but David Pilates, he's the guy who does the Missing 411 books. 6,000 people a year missing in national forests. Most without a trace, like they vanished. Well, what's that? He even did a special 411 The Hunted, talking about armed professional hunters going out into the forest and not hunting Bigfoot, just hunting. Well, maybe they run across a Bigfoot and tried to shoot him, and that's why they're in the missing 411 book. So my recommendation, never shoot at one, never show aggression to one, never threaten one, and never take more than what one gives you. Do not never approach one. You stand still and observe of what he's given you to view. Other than that, you're asking if your life is in danger and you're risking your life by going out of his limits.
Yeah, I sure as hell ain't gonna look at one and go running up to.
If you're out there with a bazooka, he can literally come out right behind you and snap your body like a pretzel. So any man, any gun will be useless. Trust me. None will ever be shot. None will ever be killed. Anybody who says this is a liar. It will never happen. You will never see a dead one. They take care of their dead, just like we do.
Yeah.
They bury their dead. As far as somebody going out and shooting one for $2 million, well, I got for people to try that. Shame on you, man. Shame on you.
Yeah, they might shoot one, but the rest of the clan's gonna get that person and take care of them anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I doubt he's gonna shoot one anyway, though.
You know what? I think it's impossible to bring one in anyway, even though they got that open bounty, because I mean there would have been hundreds and hundreds of Bigfoots turned in already by hunters before, because there's damn well there's a lot of hunters that shot one before, but for him to bring him in, that's impossible. I think, like Tom says, the rest of the Bigfoot family takes care of that hunter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
where he can't.
Not only that, dude. I'll
Know what I
let
mean?
you in on a secret, Carlito, that you're probably not aware of. I mean, we're not talking an animal here like I stressed all night. We're talking a being who's nothing about energy.
Right.
These beings can turn into orbs with the snap of your finger. You cannot shoot these things. Even if you do, they'll turn into energy, and the damage you did to their body will be obsolete once they turn back into energy. Right. These things are all about energy. They're not from this planet. People call it cloaking. No, it's not cloaking. It's called going from flesh and blood into energy. If you go to my YouTube channel, my team members got this happening on tape. He's got one materializing out of nowhere, a big black Bigfoot. And this is on my YouTube channel for all you people that think I'm lying to you. That's why I'm getting the truth out. I told you, Tom, whatever the truth is, I'm going to tell you. And I've seen these things disappear. I have been watching them disappear right in front of my eyes. And now they didn't get camouflaged. Now they didn't do this. They disappeared right in front of my two eyes.
I literally walked through one.
And I'm not going to tell you to sit here and lie to you people, man. Tony's seen it too. There's 3 stages of this. Flesh and blood. Then I call it the predator glim. The Predator movie, the Glimmer.
Yeah.
So like he's cloaking. Well, that's I call that B. And C is total invisibility. They can do this in broad daylight. They can walk up right behind you in broad daylight, and the hair on my neck stands up. I can feel it. My energy's off the chart. They are right there walking with me, but yet I cannot see hide or hair of them. So I just want you listeners to know, this is one reason they will never be shot. They're not flesh and blood creatures, so to speak. There are many others. They can cross the dimensional line and be in another dimension in a New York second.
Right,
that we're disappearing to, who knows? That's
like cloaking, right? Like disappearing, like turning invisible, disappearing.
Yeah, right before your eyes.
Yeah, turning the next corner and they're gone. They're invisible. You can't see them anymore.
Hey, like I said, we got proof of this on my YouTube channel. The General Squatchman, my buddy Russ, he had a pain on his back. He went in an old trick. and it worked for him. He had one materialized 50 feet behind him, and he got it on his phone. And this is on a YouTube channel.
What's your YouTube called, Greg, for the listeners? Because we're getting ready to wrap up. So can you plug your YouTube channel so they can?
The Adventures of Squatchman: Journey to the Truth.
There you go.
On Squatchman TV. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just wanted to get that out to you guys. A lot of people don't like to talk about this part of them, but I mean, this is what makes them so special, man. What they can do. I mean, their eyes shine. Can humans light their eyes up? You hear people, it's a reflection, it's this, it's that. No, man, they light their eyes up, man. I've seen it many a times. And I would never steer you wrong, Tom, or your viewers. And I'm telling you this because I have seen it. Tony has seen it. There's a lot more than these than meets the eye. This is not a big hairy monkey man. This is a highly intelligent, human-like creature who is from the same God as we are from. People have got to realize that before they continue their journey of who these people really are.
So Greg, just kind of summing it up real quick. You think they are flesh and blood at the same time and interdimensional, where they can just appear and disappear at will, or through what do they call portals? Yeah, portals, right?
Portals, terms of the universe.
Okay.
Another dimension. Like the movie Poltergeist. The little girl goes into another dimension. Something like that. Yeah, the human goes into that dimension. You're not coming back out. Again, 6,000 missing people a year. Are these going into these portals? Are the people going into the dimensions? Something's happening to them.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yes, Carlito. They're flesh and blood, and they're energy. And they can be either or, but they can't be both at the same time.
Right.
If you shoot one when he's flesh and blood, you're not going to kill him. He'll immediately turn into energy, and his wound will be gone. When he comes back flesh and blood again, he'll be whole again. No wound, no pain. You're not going to kill one. Again, your question, you're never going to see one in a zoo. You're never going to see one at the circus. You're never going to see one in New York City Park chained up like King Kong. It's never going to happen. If these people want to turn on us, then they could cleanse this world clean of humans within weeks. There's that many of them here. That's the last thing humans want to do is piss them off. And that $2 million bounty, that's in the right direction of pissing them off. Agree, Tony?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's just to sell tourism and hunting license in Oklahoma. I think that's all that is about. So good luck with that, right?
Exactly.
They might as well stick with the hogs.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I had a really good time with you guys tonight, man. You guys put some good stuff out there. You got to see you live in action in your hot spot out in the woods, boots on the ground. That's what I like, man. I like the guys that are actually getting dirty, getting your stuff out there and seeing the real stuff. You guys are doing the real stuff.
Real deal. Real McCoy.
I'm going to show you how dark it is out here.
I can see
on the camera.
We don't like these lights a lot.
I'm going to point out to the woods.
Wow. Can't see nothing.
Pitch black.
That's what we're looking at.
Pitch black, bro.
Wow.
Man.
Hey, anybody out there want to light their eyes up for Tom? Carlito?
Yeah.
Give me a knock. Can I get a knock over there?
Something?
A knock or something?
You got a lot of people watching.
You go clack, clack, clack. Oh, shit.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they're being bashful, man.
Yeah.
That's okay. They're probably not used to this, It's the first for everything.
Hey, sometimes they will do it, man, but we ain't seen I shot out here all night yet. But it's still early.
Yeah.
That's
Watch,
okay.
they're gonna knock whenever we hang up and everything.
Yeah, when we end this, you're gonna get your knocks, you're gonna get your eye shine.
Yeah, as soon as we hang out, yeah, we'll get everything.
I'll try to video it if it happens.
But yeah, for the people listening, and they want to get they want to have their own Bigfoot experience and their own Bigfoot encounter. Hey, do what I tell you to do.
Yeah.
It's all about heart, man. Heart and respect. Yeah, go out in the forest. Yeah, never go alone. Always take somebody.
Right.
Right. In the forest. So safety first. But go out and make your own experiences. Yeah, don't take my word or Tony's word. I mean, even though it's the truth, I want people to see it for their own eyes, man. And you build your own relationship with them. I mean, everybody has a different relationship. Tony's got a good one. I got a good one. You can have a good one too. Just be an honest person, and don't try to exploit them or trick them. Get that $1 million picture everybody wants.
Yeah.
And when they start liking you, then let's see what kind of person you are. You'll start seeing them. I mean, you'll go down that creek bed, and one will pop out behind a tree and let you look at them. It happens quick. But don't give up. I mean, you got to be patient. I mean, it's not going to work overnight, man. It took me 20 years to get where I'm at now. So it's been a long journey, but it's been a rewarding journey.
Wow.
Well, I had a great experience with you guys tonight. Thank you, Tony, and thank you, Greg. It was very fun. It was very interesting, and I learned a lot more from more things that you would experience out there. You know what I mean?
I mean, I like to go. I'll go back on to a part 2, dude. There's so much more I'd like to tell y'all.
Oh, yeah,
I didn't even scratch the surface, man.
Yeah, we didn't scratch.
Yeah, we didn't even scratch the surface.
Yeah, we'll wait a couple weeks. We'll wait a couple weeks because we'll get some more topics for other things, and then we'll come back to you after a couple weeks. So we get some more new some new stuff to give us. You know.
Hey, couple man. I'll get Tony together. We'll come out here and do another live show for you, dude.
I wanted to, Tom. I wanted to see that picture, man. But Greg said that he's going to send it to you.
He's going to send me the picture, and he's going to send it to me. I'll put it up. Don't worry.
Okay. I swear tomorrow.
Alrighty. Okay, that'll work. Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah. Thank you, Greg, and thank you, Tony. Appreciate your time, man, and the information, bro. Yeah.
Let me bring my friend Tony in.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Tony.
Thank you, Tony.
Yeah, we gave you a good show, man. I hope the viewers appreciate it.
Have a good night. Get some good drinks in and hang out with the forest people, buddy. Much love. Much love, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you, everybody that showed up.
Love you, brother.
And questions, great questions, by the way. Thank you, Eric. Everybody, Michelle, Braden. Thank you, everybody that showed up, man.
Right.
Anybody? Yeah. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. Thank you, guys. We'll see y'all next time.
Thank you, guys.
Alrighty.
Right.
Peace
Happy
out.
Easter. Peace out, guys.
Happy Easter.
Bye, guys. Bye, Tony. Bye, Greg. All right, guys.